My name is Reed Bartlemy. I'm here working on the new Pam Tanowitz production as the costume and set designer, along with my design partner Harriet Jung, who is in absentia. What little information we could get from Pam early on was that she knew the piece was being performed on a program in between Serenade, sometimes called Serenade, and The Four Temperaments. So we got excited about looking at Serenade and excavating the archives of Serenade images. After we had gathered a lot of visual inspiration, we had a phone call with Pam, and she said, you know, I'm thinking about white jumpsuits. And for 2 minutes, I felt completely derailed. I was like, white jumpsuits? When we reached out to the Australian Ballet about wanting to do white jumpsuits, they suggested various kinds of white jersey, and what we ended up settling on is this kind, which is called slinky. And it has this quality of kind of bounce, and also it has a lot of weight, so it drapes really beautifully. On the original Karinska version of the men's costumes in Serenade, there's a braided trim that goes around the neckline in gold or silver, I think, for the foremen. And so we pulled that braided motif from a photograph from Copenhagen, from their original production in the early 50s, when the braided motif actually was framed by two lines. After the first samples were made, though it looked really beautiful, we realized that you kind of want to start with a lot and end with something really direct. Oftentimes you don't know where you're going to run into problems with a costume in terms of the mechanics of the dance, so it's really helpful when you can see them on the bodies early on in the process to see if there's going to be problems with slipping or partnering or appendages like capes getting in the way or smacking into other dancers. Sort of in the spirit of the women's corps de ballet in Serenade, but to bring it into the 21st century in a cast of both men and women, everyone's wearing the same costume. I think this name New York Dialects is really interesting because at the end of the day, it really is a conversation between Balanchine and Pam Tanowitz. And to be the place that sort of birthed David in his own experience, it's a nice way to begin for David to present a little bit of himself, and to have my first time in Australia be in the context of this creative process. I couldn't be happier.